पॅसेज 19 मे 1983 पेपर फर्स्ट. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to be in your midst today. The Indian Administrative Service is intended to take up all kinds of work in the districts as well as in the state governments. Therefore, the training that you must be receiving here must necessarily be of a general character. For any specialized work, you will have to take further training when you go to the districts. In the former days, young officers used to be attached to experienced officers in the districts. For some time, they worked under magistrates, watching the proceedings in courts. For some time, they worked in offices, watching how files are dealt with. Then, for a pretty long time, they used to go about in villages and to get training in camps. Thus, they learnt the revenue work used to be done largely in villages. Nowadays, you have got guide a number of new things. All our nation building work takes up a lot of time of the officials in the districts. Therefore, their training has to be much more detailed and extensive. The work now is very much more difficult and more widespread. It is also more interesting because you have to deal with human being from day to day. Every action of yours will somehow or other come in contact with other people. You have therefore to carry with you not only knowledge but also a will to serve the people. It is easy to sit in an office and dispose of papers. Passing orders for others to carry out is also easy, but it is more difficult to implement a decision taken by yourself or by somebody else. It is much more difficult to give practical effect to any decision. Take, for example, an ordinary thing. Suppose you have to establish a panchayat in a village. It is not a very difficult thing, but it requires a great deal of experience. You must find out the right man to be put in charge. You have also to see that he does his work honestly and efficiently. The true criteria of honesty and efficiency have to be applied not only to others who serve under you but to every action of your own. That I think is the great need of the country today. Para. I think you must be reading newspapers every day. It is not necessary for me to point out that there is a lot of criticism of your present officials. Some of it may be true and some of it may be untrue. Some of it may be exaggerated. It is not enough to find out a reply to any question raised or any point raised. You must really see to it that the ground on which the objection has been taken does not exist in fact. That is to say, you must try to remove the particular grievance which is the object of the complaint. Para. The real secret of the success of an administrator does not lie merely in solving certain problems ably. What is more important is that he should have his hands on the pulse of the country. He should be in a position to know about the thinking, about the approach, and about the attitude of the people. He must know the mind of the people. The people judge us by what they get in their villages and cities. They judge us by the response and sympathy they get from the administrators. They are interested to know whether they get replies to their letters and complaints within a very reasonable period. These are small things, but the people really attached the highest importance to these things. If the villagers are given sympathetic treatment and helpful attitude, they would certainly do their best to increase agricultural production, which has the highest importance at the present moment. Whether our officers in the district will do their job well is the point. I am not complaining when I say that there is lack of human touch in our administration. People think that it is easier to talk to the minister but not to the officers in the district or the collector. This position has to be changed, Para. You are all aware that we are in the midst of executing our 5-year plans. It is important that these plans and projects should be implemented properly and with skill and efficiency. At the present moment, we have got these 5-year plan projects, big and small, according to the locality where you are posted. There may be educational projects, industrial projects, and so on. Whatever comes your way, you have to see that you do the best that you can in that line. I would like you to mix amongst yourselves freely and discuss problems and try to find solutions for them. Para. Even now, your service is regarded as a prize service in the country. It is supposed to be the best service in the country. It has got prospects and also an assured life for you. That being so, you have to give the best that is in you to the country. Please do it as well as you can. The minimum can be easily done, but that is not good enough. You must do your best under the circumstances, Para. There are many things in which you will find yourself not quite up to date. Well, that does not matter. I do not think it is disqualification to confess that you do not know a particular thing. You should not say that you know a thing while actually not knowing it. The only thing is you will have to acquire that knowledge or qualification. You should not be ashamed of owning mistakes if you commit any. Everyone does commit mistakes after knowing the mistake. You will have to rectify it. That is what is really needed. If you persist in your mistakes, then there will be difficulty. Whatever you do, do it with enthusiasm and integrity. Para. Friends, these are some of the ideas which have come to my mind, and I have shared the same with you. But since you are young, I thought I had better give you some of my own experience and my own ideas. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to address you.